Well, hello to you from a 22-degree central Vermont. It's December 6th, and a happy birthday to my oldest sister. Today, we are focusing on support. And I think of the support system as the physical aspect and the sort of mental, heart, or spirit, depending on how you want to frame it, aspect. So today, we're going to do some work whereby we have awareness around flexibility, which is how far can you bend or stretch or move, and so that's the muscles support system, and then the joints support system, which is the control of that flexibility, but also how the joint actually enables movement and grasping, etc. And then the third piece, which for me this week has been really the most important piece, is the support system that comes in with you to every class. I saw a video, and I honestly cannot remember who the speaker was, but it was a valedictorian, I believe, speech, or maybe it was an honorary speech at a graduation. And the woman talked about the support of everyone who has ever loved you entering a situation or a room with you. And I thought that was pretty cool that, especially in stressor times, you're going to a job interview, you're going to the doctor, you're waiting for tests to come back, you're doing something new in your life, you're meeting somebody new. Knowing that and acknowledging that you're bringing in all of those champions, silent champions, nobody else can hear them, is a pretty cool thing. And that's the same for your practice. So we're going to start standing today. We're going to work on flexibility and noticing what muscles are helping us, the complementary muscles. So go ahead and come to the frontish of your mat. Arms can be by your sides. And you are rolling around on your feet just to feel all four corners of the feet. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears, breathing in. And as you drop them back, breathe out. So now this is mobility, but it is supported by the muscles in the back and the chest and the arms, especially for this movement. And then we're going to roll the shoulders up and forward and down. Up and forward and down, up and forward and down, and we find some stillness. By the way, I do have celebratory colors on, green earrings, and red, obviously. So we're going to go ahead and work into some flexing, some stretching. So arms will reach up overhead. As we exhale, they come to our heart. So we're starting to movement and stretching. We've got joint movement. We're supporting that with the muscles, and we're controlling our stretch upward with the mobility of the joints. Palms draw together. This time we're going to take a tilt to the right. And notice how stacking the hips over the knees can actually help. If we send the joint out, maybe that is less safe for you. Rise up and a tilt to the left. Rise up, bend the elbows, bring the fingers behind the nape of your neck and press your head backward. Soften the knees a little bit. Interlace your fingers, place the palms at the back of your head. We're going to take a little twist to the right this time. We're not trying to go too far. Hips stay as square to the front of the room as possible. That's the control. We're twisting from the navel area. Come back to front and twist to the other side. Return to the front. Arms drop by your side. We're going to shake everything out. A little movement, maybe a little bit of tapping work, lymph work, if it's safe for you to do. Shins, I love doing that too. And when you rise back up, arms return overhead. This time we drop the right arm. We let it hang really heavy. So you're not controlling that arm any longer. You're controlling the stretch on the right side. But as we tilt, the joints in the right hip and the left hip are controlling how far you stretch, helping you notice if you've gone too far, or maybe that you have a little more flexibility. And we rise up, both arms up, left arm down, and tilt. And we rise up once again, palms together, palms at your heart, Samastihi. Now often instructors, yoga instructors especially, will tell you to leave whatever you're carrying at the door. But you don't have to leave what's carrying you at the door. All of your loved ones, your champions, whether they're here on earth or not, go ahead and roll to the balls of the feet, lift the heels up, draw the ankles toward one another, firm up your buttocks, draw your knees upward. Bring your heels down, lift the balls of the feet, spread your toes wide, and one at a time bring them down to the mat. Again, onto the balls of the feet. You can inhale. Control with the ankle joints. Firm up the muscles. This is strengthening. And come back down. Roll onto the heels and lift the balls of the feet. Spread the toes. This time we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale for a forward fold. You might want to widen your feet a little bit. Maybe you have bent knees. Maybe you have blocks. Bring your hands to your shins. Find a long back, a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll back to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Bring the right heel off the mat so you're just on the toes. It's just a little balance. So take a little scan of the body to see what is aiding in the flex and where you're flexing and what is aiding in the control. Certainly the standing leg is aiding in the control. And the heel drops down. We come to the toes of the left foot. And the heel drops down. We come to the toes of the right foot again. Now we want to glide that foot way to the back of the mat. Coming to a sort of crescent warrior stance, but we're going to bring our hands to the ground or toward blocks. I have to take my socks off. So find your runner's lunge. Notice what parts of the body are super involved. And if you're over involving your shoulders, well, how do you know? Usually, if you're over involving your shoulders, they are hunched. So we want to lift up, fingertips on the ground or using pillows or blocks. We have a nice long stance here so that we're stretching the back leg. You may feel a stretch in the front hamstrings. We're going to tap that right knee down. We're going to lift it back up. We'll lengthen the left leg. Feel that stretch. You need all kinds of that muscles in the back and muscles in the front. Muscles in the front support the muscles in the back. Lift the toes off the ground. Inhale forward for your runner's lunge. Right hand down. Bring your left hand to your chest and then drop your back knee. Untuck your toes. We're going to take a twist, but we're going to keep the elbow, the hand at the heart first. So inhale, shoulders backward. Exhale, twist. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist, and then if it feels right, you can sweep that left arm in front and up toward the sky. The left knee will want to drop out to the left, so you need control. Your joints, and you need to control the flexibility by using the inner thigh to control the outer thigh and vice versa. Exhale, left hand down to the ground. We're going to move into a half split. You can use your left hand to scoot that left leg forward and find your split, but walk your hands backward. And again, if you need blocks or pillows or whatever, to put your palms or your fingers on, you could take that so that you can aim for a long spine. Maybe a little rocking forward and backward will help open things up. Now, if your own mind is telling you things like, I can't do this, or this doesn't feel good, maybe you reach out to your champions, to your loved ones. Get a little encouragement. And glide that foot back and bring it down to the ground. Tuck your back toes under and turn to the long edge of your mat. We're going to find a little walking of the hands over to the left, middle, and the right. If you want, you can go bend your one knee as you're going over to the left. Bend the left knee, flip the right toes up. Come back and do it the other way if that feels okay. Some people can do it with the right heel down. And then we come up halfway. Come up all the way. Arms overhead. 5-pointed star. Let's take our power pole, power mudra. Fingers curl in a fist and the thumbs are out. Kind of like, hey, can I get a ride? Hands come to your hips. You might just dial the right toes in a little bit so your back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. And then turn on the ball of your front foot. We're going to find a warrior 2. Nice and long. Think about all the things that are going on here. Shoulders melting down. The shoulders supporting the stretch of the arm. The strength of the tricep supporting the straightness of the arm. And reverse your warrior. I'll go ahead and side angle. I didn't know that was a verb. And then in your side angle, straighten your right leg, your left leg, and come into triangle. We'll come back to a runner's lunge, maybe with the arms forward, if you can manage that balance. It's not that easy. You're going to lengthen the front leg, bring the hands down, Parsvottanasana, so we're hopping the back foot up and out to find nice long legs. And here is really where you start to feel the power of the legs. The heels, the ankles are supporting, the knees are supporting, and the quads are supporting the control of the hamstrings, so you don't stretch too far. We step up, find a chair pose, Utkatasana, as you know, Karen's favorite. Arms can be in cactus or at your heart or overhead. Strong thighs. This is a super joint strengthener. The muscles around the joints and the joints themselves, the bones. So energy in your heels to start with. Imagine your thighs are spinning toward each other. And then maybe you rock onto the balls of the feet, lifting up the heels, powering up, drawing the belly in. We bring the heels down. Interlace your hands behind your back or just hook your fingers, draw your arms long, and find a forward fold. Stretching the shoulders. Stretching the chest. Feeling the rotation of the shoulders, and maybe you can flex even farther if your shoulders are not in pain or having limitations. We'll drop the hands, sit back into chair, but then rise all the way to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. Turn your head to the right. Inhale, bring it forward. Turn your head to the left. Inhale, bring it forward. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. What do you feel there? Is it overstretched? Do you need to soften it? Breathe into it. Head lifts and left ear, left shoulder. Do you notice any differences on this side? And we lift the head back. We draw onto the toes of the left foot and we glide back, moving into our runner's lunge. Finding that power in the back leg. The heel and the ankle joint are supporting the stretch. The kneecap and the knee joint are also supporting the stretch. The shin, I don't remember the muscles in the front of the shin or the sides, but they're supporting the calf muscles. Straighten the front leg, fold over it, lift the right foot. Reach your heart forward and down. Draw the foot to the ground, tap your back knee, and lift it back up. Again, we lengthen the front leg to fold over it. The foot peels away, except the heel, and we lift for a nice long spine. And one more time, we'll come forward, tap the back knee. That's actually not true. We're going to lengthen the back leg one more time. Fold over the front leg, straighten it out. Reach the shoulders toward the hips. Bring the right foot down, and this time we'll bring the left knee down. Left hand can come to a pillow, a block, or anything, the floor. Right hand to your heart. We'll lift halfway up. Exhale, twist. Press into the big toe mound of that right foot. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale, twist, and if it feels okay, that arm reaches forward and up overhead. Big toe mound of that right foot, glued to the earth. We're using our adductors, the inside thighs, to bring the knee forward. You might even feel this in your glutes. We'll move into our half split, drawing the hands to pillows or the ground or blocks, and lengthening the front leg. You can use your hand if you like. You might notice, like I just did, that this side feels different from the other. So what was I doing on the other side that was helping? Or what can I do here? One thing I can do here is drag that front foot, the heel, just sort of energetically backward to square up my hips. Now I'm going to bring the toes down and lift them back up. You might notice that I'm not trying to bring my head to my knee or my thigh or my shin. The aim here is a long spine. And the toes come down and they lift up again. Toes come down and lift up. Bring that foot back onto the ground with the knee bent. Tuck your back toes under. And then walk again to the long edge of your mat. Toes in, heels out. This time we'll find a halfway lift. Walk the hands a little forward so the heels lift off the mat. And feel the toes being used to press the hips higher. Now keep that height with the hips, bring the heels back down, and maybe you spin the fingers the opposite way and walk them between your feet. Hands walk forward, we heel toe the feet a little bit together. Bring the left foot parallel to the back of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Rise all the way up and dial your right toes to the front of the mat for your warrior two. We often feel that we over-involve part of the body in a warrior two, but there's so many piece parts, you can even out, you can create equilibrium. Yes, there's energy in the back leg and you want that leg as straight as possible. Yes, your glutes are active. Yes, your front knee is bent, so both your hamstrings, so your hamstrings and your quads are active. Yes, the knee is bent and you need to use that front foot. Yes, the belly is in and the tail is tucked. Yes, the arms come out. Squeeze the triceps, which are complemented or aided or supported, if you will, by the muscles underneath the shoulder blades. Flip your front palm reverse. Side angle. Triangle. This time, we're going to sweep the left arm down so the hands are parallel. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Bring your hands inside your right foot and begin to feel the knee pressing against the tricep and the tricep against the knee. Just check that out. And then we're going to move that foot, heel toe that foot out to the edge of the mat. If you like, you can drop your back knee. We're going to come into a lizard pose. And the aim here is not to bring the pelvis down toward the mat, but rather to bring it forward, which is often why you'll be instructed to, if it works for your body, to bring your forearms to a prop or the mat. That can be aided, supported, if you will, by dropping the back knee. Can hear all my champions around me going, yeah, you can do this. Don't overdo it, but you can do it. Hands plop down, remove your prop if you've got one. Bring the sole of the foot back to the mat. And then step, maybe several steps apparently for me, the left foot outside the right hand. I'm going to grab a block and put it tall just to support my spine. I have osteopenia, so I don't want to make any extra cracks in my back. So now we're going to bend the left knee. So we bend the left knee, which is going to bring the left side of the hip down a little bit. We take the left hand right below our nose on the mat or the prop, right hand to your heart and lift halfway. On an exhale, we will twist to the right, twist to the right, and then eventually, if it feels okay, the right arm floats up. Maybe you take a half bind. If you do not feel anything, any stretch in your IT band on the right side, you can always unbend your left leg. You can twist more from the belly. You can bring your feet closer together. Sometimes that wrenches your neck, which I kind of feel that way. So I'm going to look down while I twist. And next exhale, hands meet on the ground or the prop, and we take it the other way. Straighten your left leg, bend your right knee. Left hand on the block, right hand on the block or the ground, left hand at your heart. Inhale for a halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, twist to the left from the navel. And twist. And maybe the arm floats up. Exhale, both hands come down, both knees unbend. We're halfway up. Exhale all the way down. And we're going to glide the right foot way to the back of the mat for our lizard pose on this side. So left foot parallel and to the left edge of the mat. Starting to lose my words. Pelvis forward, knee out, and that foot opens like a book. And maybe that's where you stay. Or forearms to something. That feels good. Drop your back knee. Remove your prop. Come into tabletop. Find some hip circles or wiggle waggles. I do not recommend a deep cat-cow if you have anything going on with your neck or spine. A shallow cat-cow is fine though. We meet in the double T tabletop, all the right joints stacked, and start to feel some power in this posture. Oftentimes we're like, oh yeah, tabletop, I'm not getting anything out of this. Well, why don't you ask your champions around you, if your navel is drawn to your spine and your tailbone points a little down, if the tops of your feet are active, you can feel the texture of your mat. If your hands are as if you are palming a basketball, I've never done that. So I think about it as slightly wide fingers and like there's a little lift, a little like spider push-up in the center of my hand. Your elbows are not locked, but they're strong. I actually have my glutes working for me as well because I'm pressing so much with the tops of the feet into the mat. Yeah. So we're going to lengthen both the right leg and the left arm, but the toes and the fingers stay on the mat. So reach back with that right heel. But if you just tilted or shifted or fell into the left side or leaned, you're going to really squeeze the right glutes. Use the belly. And on an inhale, just float the arm and the leg. Power, 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 hour. Right heel way back, left fingertips way forward. Beautiful stretch, and we tap down. And we lift up, inhale. Tap down, exhale. Lift up, inhale. Tap down. Inhale, lift. We'll bring our left hand to the mat and sweep that right leg way across to the outside of the mat, keeping the left knee and heel aligned as in tabletop. We glide the front of the right hip back to the left heel. Now always come to forearms. I have found that I've done this so often that I get a little cheer from my champions and I can tuck my back toes under and float the knee off the mat, reaching that heel farther away from me to get more of a stretch in my glutes and less pressure in the knee. When you feel ready with the whole support system, joints supporting the muscles engaging through the joints, we come back up with the right leg lifted. We can bend that leg and either pump it up and down to support glute strength and opening of the quads, or we can reach around for the foot, the ankle, or the pant leg and find a quad stretch that way. My foot is slippery. Left hand down, right leg long, knee to your right elbow. Extend, straighten up your hips, knee to the nose. Reach it out. Knee crosses the body, left elbow. Reach it out, and it comes down to the mat. And find a little sway into a semi-child's pose here. Don't worry, after this we will go into a child's. It's been the whole class so far. And this time, left leg long, ball of the foot on the mat, square up your hips. Right arm long, fingertips on the ground. So feel the power in the shoulder, the triceps, the hand, the shoulder blade, the belly, the right glutes, the left glutes, the left kneecap, all the way down to the ankle and the heel. Inhale and lift. Power, superwoman. Tap down. Inhale, lift. Tap down. Breathe in, lift up. Once more, tap. Inhale, up. Keep the left leg up. Drop the right hand. Sweep the left leg to the outside of the mat and glide in front of the left hip toward the right heel. Watch for a sickling foot. See if you can unsickle. If you have more space to work with, just watching your right knee, being aware of what it's doing. You can tuck your left toes under and float your left knee off the mat. That I feel. Everything supporting everything, basically. Joints supporting the mobility into the posture and controlling the flex. Champions, including yourself, including me, noticing, aware, and how wonderful it is that you are working on yourself, that you are caring for yourself, and that you are finding a safe and helpful posture. We rise back up, left leg lifted, knee to your left elbow. Inhale, lengthen out. Knee to your nose. Inhale, extend. And knee crosses the body, right elbow. Lengthen back out. Knee to the ground. Big toes together. Knees drop wide. You can always place a bed pillow or something under lengthwise under your belly. Sitting bones come to your heels, child's pose. Head on something. And while this is a relaxing pose, there's no movement. There is some dynamism. There are some dynamics. Crawling the hands forward, you might start to feel the shoulder blades lift a little bit away from the muscles underneath. This stretches the armpits and the arms and the shoulder blades a little bit, the chest, the rest of the spine, the sacrum, maybe even the thighs. This is a really great posture to bring an intention to mind, and maybe it's an intention that's just for the next 15, 20 minutes, or maybe it's an intention for when you walk off your mat. Repeating that intention 3 times, rock your head very slowly left and right. Walk the hands backward. Hopefully you're toward the back of your mat, and you're going to come to a seated posture with your legs in front of you. We're going to do that baby bottom walk. So scoot as far back to your mat as possible. Arms come in front, legs are long. Lift your heart and begin walking using your legs and bottom. A little bit of a sway side to side until your bottom is at the center of your mat. Try and keep your spine straight. I love this one. And there we are. We'll go ahead and take the sole of the right foot inside the left thigh. The leg is coming straight out of your hips. We'll sit up nice and tall, and very gently imagine that from the lower belly to the chest or less, you're sort of painting your thigh. We want that spine to be nice and long, left toes up or toward your torso. And if you happen to reach your foot, that's lovely. Maybe you use your left hand to pull back on the outer baby toe mound. so that your foot is flatter in the posture. But don't feel compelled to reach your feet. I don't want you to overdo it. Rise up to your seat. Bring your left foot to the mat. Lift your right ankle and cross it over your left knee or above your left knee onto your thigh. Activate the foot. You might remain here. You might wrap up your shin. You might extend your left leg. You might rock, or any combination of those things. Reminder, reminder, reminder. Long spine, chest forward, shin and calf toward your body. The next time you come upright, we're going to drop that ankle toward the left hip. If you have a sort of half lotus, feel free to do it that way, but we'll sit up tall, maybe a little bend in the left knee, and we'll take a fold forward. You might feel this in a lot of places. Rise up, take the big toe between your peace fingers and your thumb, and stretch that leg out. Drop the heels to meet and fold over your legs. Again, I'm not trying to reach my head anywhere, but I'm imagining I'm slowly, like the rollers for blacktop. That's what my belly is. You're going to slowly roll the blacktop of the yoga pants with the low part of the belly, the mid part of the belly, the rib cage, the chest, the heart, if you reach that far. Rise back up, Janu Shirshasana on the other side, sole of the left foot inside your right thigh. Sit up nice and tall and paint your leg with your belly. Foot straight up and down, pinky toe side. You make sure it's not sickling or turning outward. An inhale lifts you up by the heart, right foot on the ground, left ankle above the knee. Side is tighter on knee. Lift the shin and calf toward your chest. And if you like, right leg long, rock the baby, keep your spine nice and long. It's a beautiful stretch. Very complementary with the glutes, the inner thigh. It's sort of lubricating the hip, the knee a little bit. But by activating the feet, you're also protecting your knees and your spine. Two mitts in one. All right, take a hold of the big toe, peace fingers and thumb. Stretch that leg high. Sit up nice and tall and slowly allow the heels to meet and take your fold. If you need to readjust your hips so they're parallel, go ahead and do that. And when you're ready, in whatever manner makes sense for you, slowly, quickly, round back, straight back, strong belly. You're going to come down to your back. And we're going to move into some simulated bridges. So they're not real bridges. They never are, right? We're not over water or troubled water. But these are not full bridges. This is about accessing the power of this back, the pelvis, and the belly. So hands down by your sides, palms down. Feet are a little ways away from your bottom. So if you've If you're used to moving them close and trying to tickle your heels, you're gonna move them forward a couple of inches. You take each shoulder blade off the ground and move it closer to the hip on the same side. Make sure you do both. You're gonna lengthen the low back onto the mat and tuck your chin. All we're gonna do here is tilt the spine up. So we're gonna press into the heels, use the belly and the hips to lift just a little bit. So your bottom is probably grazing the ground. That's a very odd image. And we stay here, pressing the shoulders down, tilting the pelvis, and lifting the heart. That in and of itself is very, very active. And we come back down. The feet wide, knees drop. We will not move the knees left and right at this time. We'll do that at the end because we have 2 more to do. Lengthen that low back again, press it to the earth. Make sure your shoulder blades are adhesed to the ground. Feet come right under the knees. And again, we inhale, press the pelvis high. Maybe barely lift the pelvis and lift the heart. Lots of activeness. Feel it in your feet, in your legs, in your hands, in your arms, and your shoulder blades, and your pelvis and your belly. It's a lot of body parts. And we come back down. Wide legs, drop the knees. Turn your head to the right. Turn your nose facing up. Turn your head to the left. Turn your nose facing up. And one more partial bridge. Low back press to the earth, shoulder blades, feet, and then we tilt that pelvis. Lift the heart, press into the feet, maybe a teeny tiny lift of the bottom. Beautiful. We come back down, this time cross of the knees, left foot out to the left, and the knees drop to the right. Arms splay out, only as far as it feels okay, and the head might turn opposite the knees. If you want something a little bit deeper, you might shift the hips a little bit more to the left. And scoop the left foot to the middle of the mat. Shift your hips to the other side. Uncross and recross your legs the opposite way. And drop the knees to the left. Gaze to the right. And now yogi's choice as you unravel and bring your spine straight up and down, as straight as it would naturally be. You're welcome to take a happy baby, legs up the wall, just draw the knees into the chest, or take a little sway of the knees left and right. You can always make knee circles in the sky. Well, the sky's not that high up, or low down, I guess. And prepare yourself for Shavasana. We're going to take a short version of Tonglen because we spent time today considering and leveraging or harnessing our support system. So come to your Shavasana, take a big breath in, release it out your mouth. Bring to mind someone you love, some being you love unconditionally. likely that they love you back unconditionally. Picture that being in front of you and look into their eyes. And notice how they too desire happiness. Notice how they too suffer, just like us. Knowing that you have the power within your practice, within your body and your heart, you'll breathe in their suffering, cleanse that air, and breathe back out to them compassion. Now picture a younger you, maybe a point at which you were suffering the most, maybe as a child or a teen or a 20s or whenever, maybe it was yesterday. But imagine that you standing in front of you, and you look into your own eyes and you notice the desire for happiness and the causes of suffering. You breathe in your own suffering, cleanse that breath, and breathe toward yourself compassion. And now consider and offer to this previous you words that you would like to share, thoughts, concepts, feedback, encouragement. Now surrounding you are all of your loved ones at any time. Maybe you never knew them, your great-great-great-great-great-grandmother, or people who've lived across the world. Doesn't matter if they're family or family animals or friends or acquaintances, but all of the champions you brought into the space with you. Look into their eyes, gaze forward, right, and left, and notice their aspiration for happiness. While they might pursue it differently from you, how deserving they are of that happiness. Knowing that they suffer too, whether here on this earth or not. You'll breathe in their collective suffering, cleanse that breath, and distribute out a breath of compassion. And when you feel complete, when this moment is done for you, you'll find your way to a seat where we can close our practice. Palms together at your heart. We'll use a chant of Om, considering, remembering, and sharing the merit of our practice of this gift of yoga to all those who've championed us and loved us and all those in need. Deep breath in. Thumb knuckles to your center forehead. May you be flexible in your body and mind. May you build mobility in your body, your heart, and your mind. And may you have many champions, including yourself. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your energy and practice with me today. I hope you have a wonderful remainder of your day, or if you're watching, if you're practicing on video, whatever time it is, whatever day it is, whatever week it is, have a wonderful one. Thank you.